All right, are we on? Unmuted? Cool. Hello, Christina in bold, beautiful red. How are you? Yana, that is how a pregnant woman should look. My goodness, you're looking amazing. Young Jin, my gosh, you have got skin like porcelain. I can see it from here. But you know what? That's Asia for you. That is the blessing upon Asia and Ireland, is skin like that. Alma, I like your red and black and white lately. You are crushing it. You're new here and you're nailing it. Dessa, nice to see you. Looking beautiful driving. You look like you're driving. So that's great. Thanks for tuning in. If you need to be on audio only, that's cool with me. Thank you for making the time and making the effort, Dessa. So we've got Carla behind the scenes, who you will see here just now. You haven't met her. Shirley, how are you? How is your flourishing florist business doing? I'm so excited for you. Margot is new. I don't see you. If you're on video and I'm able to see your pretty face, then please let me. Marsha is also new to our coaching program. Marsha, welcome. So glad you can join us here. Clarinda, beautiful Clarinda in South Africa. Laurie, who is always diligent and online. Linda Shaw, Melanie, Mary, Rachel, and a bunch of others. Folks, it's so good to see you here. I have a question. Are you ready for me? Because I'm ready for you, okay? I see you've got your pen and paper. If you don't, I'm going to give you 30 seconds. You're going to want to get pen and paper. There are some bullet points that if you miss, you're going to miss the whole 28-day event. Karen Grace, nice to see you online. Welcome. All right. Everyone else is just getting in, connecting with audio. And if you can open up the chat box, Cara, that'll be great. And I can just see. So if you have a question, you can type in the chat box, I have a question, and then Carla will alert me, okay? Because if I don't focus on my notes, then you know me, I can talk about this kind of topic all day long, and we don't have that kind of time. All right, Marsha, nice to see your face. Welcome here. Okay, we're going to get started. We have a call in user one. I don't know who that is, but Carla, you've got your eye on the waiting room. Fantastic. Okay, if you haven't met the beautiful Carla, you will meet her before we finish up today. You have to see her. She's gorgeous in every way, inside and out. Okay, so what is 28 days and what is it all about? Well, it is about this, not my boobs, although we're going to be talking about boobs, and not her boobs and not hers, but I love my body, okay? So I've got notes in front of me so that I can just give you the main points that I want you to take away, because if you catch this, like I caught it a few years ago, if you catch the power of this potential turning point, it will change your life. It changed mine. So the biggest reason that women dress down, hide behind their clothes, behind black and brown, and blend into the background, 83% of a large survey last year said, I am overweight, or I've gained a little bit of weight, or I'm underweight, or it's poor body image, right? And you know that if you have that, whether you've had a lifetime struggle and we're not going to go into issues of self-esteem today, because we talk about self-confidence versus self-esteem a lot. It is part of our spirit of beauty. It is who we are. And if we haven't met, my name is Linda. I'm the founder and CEO of Linda Page. We are here to equip and empower women to get up, dress up, and be a bold light on a hill and get out there and make the world a more beautiful place. We are women who decide that we are women of substance. We are women of principle. We will not be tossed around like an ocean in the wave, letting COVID or politics or economics determine and dictate how we dress, how we feel. We are women who keep the main thing the main thing. How we do one thing is how we do everything. We have principles. We are not perfect. Hell knows we are not perfect. I would not be leading this charge if perfection were required. We say the F word here, fat. Okay, I'll say it again. The F word. I have other F words that I use as well. So don't think that I'm this church little thing, get everything right. Okay, I'm not that. If we don't know each other, hang around, you'll find out. If you have been with me for a period of time, you will have seen my beautiful belly and my boobs and all kinds of things, okay, which we're not doing here, because we're all women in our group, in our coaching program. I work with women, but this may be shared with someone later on, and it might be a male. So I'm not going to flash you today, okay? We do that in a more private environment. And it's freeing. It's very liberating. So back to 28 days. Whether you're here because you have body images, or whether you're here because you want to get to the next level and you're in a good place, because I'm in a good place and I'm getting to the next level and I've learned something new and I'm applying something new. We have to be forever students, forever learning. I never considered myself a good student until actually one of my mentors, my health mentor, Marianne, said, you're an amazing student. You're always learning, you're chasing things down. She said, rightly so. She said, sometimes your passion can come across a bit forceful, but she said, you're always learning and you love to learn and grow and you push yourself. And that's what we have to do. And I love to honor and remember the people that helped me to get where I'm going. Danny Johnson is my coach and mentor in life of the past 8 years, who completely transformed my life. I launched this business, Linda Page, after getting with my coach and mentor, Danny Johnson, after fixing a whole bunch of stuff that was broken. I was a hot mess. Today, I'm just less of a hot mess. I can be messy some days and less messy other days. But what I have learned, and there is a beauty and a power in that, is this is who I am. I do my damnedest and my best every day. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and that can sting sometimes, but it's okay. But my heart's in the right place, and I'm going for it in life. I will not sit on the fence. I will not tread water and wait for COVID to go by. I believe that we are created by the creator of the universe, which means we are creative by nature because we are created in his image. So if you've ever said to yourself you're not creative, we're going to be talking about labels. Before I give you the 28-day event, what it is you have to do, and there is a major party, celebration, reward event at the end of this event. We start on the 1st of February, 28 days. You're going to be your own Valentine. I'm going to be putting into your hands the tools that God put into my hands a few years ago of how to just embrace the skin that I'm in. And I've been doing that ever since. And I'm actually going to, Carla, could I have my phone? Thanks so much. What I'm going to show you, in case you didn't catch it, is what's important is, so I'm a style coach, right? I dress up 5-6 days out of 7. And when I say dress up, I mean, this is me, get up, dress up. I'm not red carpet ready. I do seem to have done a thicker eyebrow on one side than the other. And all kinds of things happen today. It's not about perfection. It's about my effort and what I want to achieve in my day. And by the way, I'm sweating bullets here, okay? I'm in Africa. I was born and raised in South Africa. I lived in London for 20 years. I launched this business in London. I've worked and lived and traveled in the US and in 44 countries. And it is hot here today. So you're going to see me sweating, okay? If I do that and I wipe it, then that's just what I have to do. Otherwise, you'll see it dripping down my face. But I want to show you something. I am not on a weight loss program right now, although I've lost 15 pounds in 32 days. I'm going to show you something that you may not have caught online earlier, specifically connected to this event. And this will show you how simple it is when you learn the skill of style and of fashion and of fabric and how it can work. Then this is just a few days ago, okay? That is me. And if you know me, you've seen my tummy in all kinds of different shapes and sizes over the years. I will not dress down. I will not hide. I will not let my feelings about my body hold me back from doing what I want to do in life, which includes being a good wife, a better wife, and being a good mom, and being a good woman, and pushing myself. And so what this is, and these are not for anyone else. I'm on a self-coaching, transform your mind kind of thing. It's called 75 Hard. If you haven't heard of it, it's go to 75 the digits 75hard.com. It's all about mental grit. It's all about personal development here, that you know what you do. Knowledge is not power. It's the application of knowledge that is power. That's why business degrees and BComs and ABCs and PhDs and XYZs, they mean nothing if you don't get out there and apply what you learned. And even that which you learned, is it relevant? So paperwork means nothing. Knowledge means nothing. You can devour 5 books a week. It means nothing if you don't apply it. And it all rests here. All right, so 28 days. This happened a few years ago when I fell on my knees to God, and I just said to him, I've got a corporate background, 30 plus years. I've had an amazing career, and I got into my dream line of work, which is fashion and beauty and style. And I just have always had the struggle with my weight up and down. And even when I was teeny tiny and half the size, I just saw ugly in the mirror and I was done. I was just done with that. I felt selfish and narcissistic and just focused on myself. And although you don't want to be that way, if you're obsessed with a poor body image, you are selfish. You're self-focused. You will never influence people and impact them and love them as well as you can because you're too wrapped up in how you look. And I'm not underplaying or undermining the pain and the shame sometimes of being overweight. I've been bigger, I've been smaller, I've been every size. And I'm not that tall, by the way. But there is a better way. So 28 days is a call to action. It's an invitation for you to join us for 28 days of February. You're going to be your own Valentine. You're going to love on yourself like you never have before. I'm going to give you the 3 things that you have to do at the end of this webinar, the 3 specific things that you need to do every single day. And you're going to post in the group Dress to Connect. So if you're watching this somehow, if someone has shared it with you and you're not in our Facebook group, Dress to Connect, and I'm just going to ask Carla just to drop a link to Dress to Connect right there. So you can click on that in the chat box, but you have to be in that group and you have to be posting the 3 things every day. And at the end of the 28 days, not only will you be rewarded by me with something amazing, but you will be changed. You will be changed. There is a lot of people who believe that it takes 21 days to create a new habit. It doesn't. Dr. Caroline Leaf, who also I've studied with in the past, she talks about neuroplasticity, and you have the ability to change your mind at any time. You know that because you do it every day. You flick and flack on what you want to eat. You flip and flop on what you want to wear. You change your mind about people. You change your mind about lots of things every single day. So you can change your mind on how you feel about your body. It's just, will you be prepared to get uncomfortable to do that? It takes 21 days to create a new memory, which is encapsulated in something called a dendrite. So a thought is a memory and it gets held there. It takes another 2 rounds of 21 days. So it actually takes 63 days to create a new lifestyle. This is why I think we're doing the 75 hard, which is why I think he's gone that way. And according to my other mentor, Marianne, she says, if you really want to reset 100 days and your brain is turned around and your memory and your mind and everything will follow. All right. So this is what we're doing. 28 days. If you're here and you have issues, could we just switch to gallery view for a minute, please, Carla? Thanks. It is hot. And you know what? I love it. So thank you for putting up with the fact that I am going to be sweating like a pig because, man, I had 17 years of British weather. Okay. I love London, but tell you what, that weather is something else. Hands up, please. And please, would you just let me see you on video for a minute, just so I can see hands up. Hands up if you have any form of negative body issue, whether you're to this or to that, or not enough, or a bit overweight or underweight, or you're not crazy about, we can't see you sweat. Thank you, Linda. That's awesome. Maybe just looks like glowing skin. 2 hands. Okay. Thank you, Leanne, for being honest. Okay. So that's all the videos here. That's what I've seen. Mano, welcome. Nice to see you here. All right. So just about every single person, those that I can't see online, it probably is you as well. This is what we're going to be doing. We are going to be doing this 28 days together. Shirley, thank you. I can see your hand. That's fantastic. Thank you for being honest and thank you for contributing. And listen, and even if you don't have body issues, you have influence. And even though you're not criticizing your body or being negative around it, you're probably on the fence because you're not promoting, I love my body. You're not promoting self-love. You're not promoting and speaking as a mom saying, man, I just love my arms, especially if you've got a big, generous, beautiful belly like I've had for a while. Then it's like, you know what, this belly, I'm not saying that we shouldn't make an effort and exercise and get well, but I am saying that there is a way to get off the hamster wheel. And here's what we're going to do. Okay, so we were talking, I mentioned labels earlier. There is a problem with putting yourself in a box and saying I'm overweight or I'm underweight or I'm whatever it is, because as soon as you put a label on yourself, you restrict your mind and you restrict your creativity, you restrict your income, you restrict your influence. For example, I have an awesome business coach I've been working with for a while. He's just wise beyond his years and he gets lots of great examples, but let me give you some examples. Politically, okay, and this is just one of many examples. if you're in America, you're either pro-Trump or you're pro-Biden, right? Which makes you right and them wrong. They also think that they're right and you're wrong. So you encamp yourself in those two very fixed places. You will not budge. They are wrong. They are wrong. And people are breaking down relationships over this shit, if you don't mind me saying. And listen, if you're going to hang out with me for any time, you also need to lose the label that I don't like people who swear. I don't like people who cuss. Well, then you need to move on, because you know what? I do my damnedest to not offend anyone, but that's just not possible. I'm going to offend sometimes without even knowing it. And I say shit and I say other words, okay? Because I'm a passionate woman and I'm not going to apologize. I used to. I'm not going to apologize for who I am. I spend way too much time doing that. I don't say it to offend you. I say it just to be me and to get my point across. Okay, so I'm not being contrarian here. But you both are encamped here. Doesn't matter whether it's about politics. Doesn't matter whether if you are a property owner and somebody else does property differently. It doesn't matter if you are gay and somebody is not. You put yourself in a position where you are right and others are wrong. Churches kick people out because of this. Churches, okay? Not every church. Most churches kick people out because they are wrong. If you want to stay here, you have to fix your gay habits and then you're welcome. I'm not even going to go there. But people will make themselves right or wrong about lots of different things. And so you put a label on yourself and that's who you support, or that's how you do life. Veganism. Okay, let's go there. Now you better just be okay with this. I'm a vegan. Okay. I played with being a vegan on and off lots of years in my life. I'm not a great meat eater anyway. I wasn't raised on meat. So, but I do every now and again like a bit of chicken, but actually it has stuffed my system up and I'm just back full time to vegan and I'm loving it. You know what a pain in the ass it is to go to dinner with friends and family, but mostly friends all over the world. I've done this. And the minute, that's why I don't advertise it. The minute someone just finds out that you're vegan, oh, Lord have mercy. Then, you know, there's this, people can't handle it. If I don't eat meat like everyone else, then they can't handle it. Suddenly I'm in the wrong. Or it's like, well, Linda, where do you get your protein? Where do you get the, I don't know. Look at me. I've got a lot of energy. I bet I can, I don't know. I pace a lot of people on energy, and I only work 4 days a week, and I wake up early and I walk 10 Ks a day and I have energy. Giving up caffeine has really tripled that energy, by the way. I sniff my coffee. I sniff people's coffee if I pass people drinking coffee. I love coffee. I love everything about it. I don't drink it anymore. It has screwed up my whole system, and menopause just becomes a nightmare on caffeine. So if you want to know about that, that's another conversation. I figured it all out. I spent the last 9 months analyzing all of this. So where was I? Vegans, okay? And if you're a vegan, by the way, get off your high horse if you're like, I'm vegan and you think you're right. You're not. It's just right for you. So these labels, okay, they're not helpful. They restrict you. And you're not what you eat. I don't agree with that. You're not what you eat, because that goes against all the natural and supernatural laws that God created. You are an ever-evolving woman or man. You're an ever-evolving being. You wake up with regenesis every morning, which is literally new brain cells. You are never the same. So you're not a stationary thing. If you as a human being are stationary, you will die. You'll die. You're not created to be stationary. So you are what you eat. Yes, I understand the logic behind what you're saying. But if you speak that over yourself, well, I am what I eat. Well, I don't know. If you're in good shape and you eat a hamburger, does it make you fat? No, it doesn't. If you eat 5 hamburgers in a week and add to that chips and Coke and all the stuff that I like, then yeah, you're gonna pick up some weight. You're not what you eat, and you're not what you wear either. Clothes do not maketh the man. Food do not maketh the woman. Okay, so these labels must go. I am challenging myself on this lately. For example, when let me look at my notes. I have often said in the past, I think I'm good at some things and not others. I would say I'm good at sales, at people, at marketing, and I'm not good with numbers or with geography. Well, actually, if I keep saying that, whether I think I can or I think I can't, I'm right. And I don't want to suck at numbers. In fact, I used to be sales director of a global corporate company that worked with big Fortune 500 companies. Can I do numbers? Yes. Do I like it? Not so much. Really, not so much. I'd rather run a marathon. I'm not crazy about marathons either. Can I work an Excel spreadsheet? Yes. Will I avoid it? With a lot of gusto. If I have to sit down and do it, I'll do it. It's a preference. It's not competency that I'm talking about. But stop speaking that over yourself. Do you tell yourself because others have told you you're shy versus vivacious, or you have good people skills or you don't? Or it's exactly the same thing for fat versus thin. And people don't like to say the F word, by the way. Gosh, I am so glowing. People don't like to say fat. They also don't like to say black, by the way. I had an amazing conversation with a friend of mine in America. He was like, well, people of color really seem to like your message, Linda. I'm like, people of color? He's like, black woman. I'm like, black? What, do you say black? She's black. I'm a woman of color. I'm white. My color's changed lately because I'm in Africa and I've got a lovely glowing tan. Normally I'm this color. Okay, I was born this color. We live in a country that has 11 official languages. It's a beautiful array of color. God created a world of color, but women of color, like, no, black, okay? So get to yourself and be free with what you believe. Don't outsource your faith to your pastor. Don't outsource your health to the experts. Don't outsource your decisions to gurus out there. Like, you have got to do the work. I learned this 8 years ago and it changed my life. You need to do the work on what you believe, what you think, especially if you're a parent, especially if you run a business, especially if you're married. I am fully informed of what's going on in the world. I do not waste my time. And for me, it's a waste of time. For you, it may not be. You see, the minute I say it's a waste of time for me to spend a lot of time talking about politics and Trump or Biden or Brexit or whatever, for me, it's a waste of time. But then immediately somebody will say, it's not a waste of time. We must speak up. Facebook is the latest target, right? So it doesn't matter what you think about Facebook. Guess what? My account has been shut down for 2 days once. I have a business account with Facebook. I can choose to go join the hordes of people who are like, slaying Facebook right now. The same people, by the way, who launched their businesses and their network marketing companies or their whatever they're doing, or they whatever it is on Facebook for free, and have made a lot of money on Facebook, a lot of money at no cost to them. Speak to their families all over the world at no cost to them. But now everyone's anti-Facebook. All I'm saying is you make your decisions. Don't be impacted by what's going on in the world. I'm fully informed, but I'm focused on keeping the main thing the main thing. I have made a commitment to bring something beautiful and powerful and valuable to my clients, to the world, to my family. That's my commitment. I won't be dragged into other things. I used to be, boy, if there's something going on in a rally there or a conversation there or some fire there, I was like that. And I burnt out and I was not as productive. Now, 4 days a week, this is what I do. Outside of that is my personal time and it's my family time. So you need to write down on your piece of paper, what labels have I spoken over myself to date? And write down the word in big. Have you said overweight? Have you said I'm fat or ugly or too skinny? Have you said I don't have long enough hair? Apply it to your beauty now. We're going to be talking about beauty and confidence now and what this all means. What labels have you done? Are you someone who says I'm very intelligent and I struggle to, hang out with people who are not? It's funny to me. It's like, wow, you put yourself here, which means you isolate yourself from the human race because you're intelligent, right? And you've got to go and do a word study and like a deep study on what intelligence actually is. It's actually a pace of comprehension. It's the pace at which you comprehend or grasp a concept, if you really want to dumb it down to something. So I tend to be a little bit slower on initial comprehension, but boy, when I get something, do I fly. So it doesn't make me more or less intelligent than you, right? So give me a gallery view, please, Cuddler. Would you tell me, and I want hands up, please, and if you can put yourself on video, that's great. Do you have your word or two or three that you've spoken over yourself? And just give me a thumbs up. Yes, you got it. Okay. All right. And if you haven't, I'm going to give you another 10 seconds. What are those words that you have spoken over yourself? And I want you to specifically look now at yourself as a woman, your body, your beauty, your mind, your femininity, your ability to have babies. I believe in miracles. I was 8 years old when I saw one in front of my own eyes. Miracles abound every day. If you say I'm infertile, you have the power of life or death in your tongue. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's powerful. Adeline, nice to see you, beautiful. How you doing? All right, you want to write your word down. Look at yourself as a woman now. I'm talking boobs. I'm talking your womanhood, how you, if you don't ever feel sexy, I'm talking all of those things. What are the things that you have told yourself that you are or that you're not as a woman? We're just going to flip that on its lid. We're just going to annihilate that today. We're going to get rid of it by taking action. It's an awesome guy by the name of Hunt Johnson, who is husband of Danny Johnson. And that guy has also massively impacted my life. And he says, action kills fear. And so on the topic of fear, is anyone here, put your hands up. Have you ever been on the hamster wheel of losing and gaining weight and losing and gaining weight? Put your hand up. All right. Or even just telling yourself you're happy with your body image or not, right? Or happy with how you dress or not. You know why you're on that hamster wheel? You know why you've been on that and why you struggle lifelong and month in and month out, year in and year out? Because of fear. Fear keeps you on that hamster wheel, just running around, trying to lose it, and then sitting back and picking out one day on the couch in front of TV, and then hamster wheel again. You know why? Because you're afraid of judgment. You're afraid of not being accepted. You're afraid of not being loved because you're overweight or because you're too short or because you're skinny. It's fear. So my question to you is, are you comfortable continuing along that line of letting fear drive your life? It's a yes or a no. I'm sweating. It's a yes or a no. Are you comfortable with letting fear keep you on this roller coaster of I'm beautiful or I'm ugly or I'm fat or I'm skinny or I'm not there? We do live in a world, yes, of course. We live in a world that really dramatizes and rewards and highlights and gives, Oscar-worthy nominations to the size zero and to the perfect, even models, amazing models who work hard, by the way. And if you think models have got it all together and they're, you know what, they work damn hard, those women and those men. And it's not, they don't just cruise in, look good and cruise out, okay? It's a very, very, very tough environment. You're constantly not enough. And they get in there and they work hard. And even models are saying to the fashion industry and to the beauty industry, we've had enough. Like I'm the perfect size, but still you're airbrushing me. There's a big revolt happening right now. And I'm like, go for it, man. Wherever you guys are, I'm just going to jump on your bandwagon and support you. You know, there's models like Ashley who are so-called plus size. That is a label. She's not plus size. Have you seen the woman? Ashley, what's her name again? Ashley. Are you able to type in there? Just do plus size model Ashley. See what comes up. The woman is drop dead gorgeous, but she's labeled as plus size. I would freaking take her size today. But again, then I'd be falling into comparison. And if anybody says to you, oh my gosh, you're beautiful, I would love Ashley Graham, okay? Graham. Check her out sometimes. She's gorgeous. And she struts herself down that runway, big hips and thighs, and like you name it, I'm like, that is beautiful. Men and women are looking for confident women. I know because I surveyed a lot of men and women last year at the beginning of 2020. They're looking for women. And the number one reason, I asked the men, what is the number one quality or feature that you admire most on other women? They said confidence. A woman, regardless of her shape or her size or her age, if she is confident and she is approachable and she's successful and well-dressed and well put together, that's who I want to hang out with. That's who I want to do business with. That's who I want to do life with. So then it would behoove us to understand, well, what does that look like? Am I exuding confidence? And if you're faking it till you make it, by the way, that's a dangerous slippery slope as well. But action kills fear. All right, so let's pick up there. So if you want to get off the hamster wheel, I can teach you all day long until the cows come home about fashion and style and lipstick and color, and it's not going to make one bit of difference to you. It will never last until you change your mindset about yourself, which is why you're going to do this. You're going to get the t-shirt, and some of you have got it already. It says, I love my body, and you're going to be doing things toward that every single day for 28 days. And hopefully you will join me and you will continue as a lifestyle. But it all resides here. If you want to get off the hamster wheel of getting over your self-focus, of your self-image and your body, then you're going to make the switch. The key is, I love my body. Which way is it going? Is it the mirror or the thing? I don't know. I love my body. There's someone in the waiting room. Thanks, Carla. I love my body. That is the switch you're going to make today. Just say it. I love my body. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Can we go gallery view? And can you unmute everybody? Or can you just unmute yourselves? I just want you to say it out loud. Don't wait for anybody. Just say, I love my body.
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 Now, Leanne, okay, stay unmuted. Leanne, how did it feel? Be honest. How did it feel? Don't tell me what you think I want to hear. How did it feel to say that? There's someone in the waiting room, Carla.
It feels tentative.
It feels tentative. Okay, that's a very
like I'm not really totally. I'm not on 100% on board, but I'm working on it.
Awesome. Okay, Melanie, how does it feel to say I love my body?
Good. It's great.
Okay, it feels good. All right. And Melanie's one of my clients. We've been coaching together for a while. Fantastic. Mary Williams, how does it feel to say I love my body?
It feels good.
Nice.
It feels good to say I love my body. It's taken a long time.
That's awesome. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for being here. Mano, unmute yourself. How does it really feel to say I love my body?
They don't believe me.
Okay. Thank you for that honesty. Guys, you can mute yourselves. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Because when I first did it some years ago, I'm like, yeah, okay. I cried. I argued with myself. I had conversations in the kitchen. I had conversations in the shower. It took me a long time to start believing it. And that's okay. All you have to do, I remember those days. I cried a lot. I really grew up thinking and believing that I was ugly and unlovable. Enough things were spoken over me that I just knew for a fact. It was obvious that I was unlovable. I'd be alone. I was always alone. I'd be alone. I would die alone. I was told I must never be a mom. I'd be a terrible mom. They were just broken people different people raised me who were hurt enough that they just hurt people. And I fought my whole life to get out of that. My whole life I've been studying people and looking and trying to figure out, like, what is it? Like, how do I get out of this prison? And this prison of ugly, I broke out of some years ago, and I work with my clients to help them out of the same jail cell. It requires you to say it as many times a day as you can. I love my body. I love my body. I love my body. When you're walking, when you're driving, when you're praying, thank you, God. You know, the Jews actually thank God every time they have a bowel movement. I understand it because I've had some serious bowel issues lately. Seriously, 32 days, no bowel movement. Don't worry. I have the best health coach on the planet down the road from me. This is why I am, it's not, if there's too much information, we can do this another time. But those who know me, Sandra, that's fantastic. You say it every day. I love it. Sandra's a client of mine as well. She crushed this coaching course. She got the t-shirt. She said it. She has got results that are just sprouting left, right, and center, and her kids too. And Sandra, your kids are freaking amazing. Your son, John, oh my gosh. Her son bought our corporate negotiation training program and is doing one-on-one 15-minute debriefs with the best negotiation coach on the planet. Happens to be my husband, happens to be my business partner, but he has coached the likes of Adidas, if you're American, Nokia, Vodafone, Pfizer, Network Rail, big Fortune 500 companies. He's around the corner from me, and he's negotiation coach to all of these guys for 17, 18 years now. It's important to speak gratitude to your body, which might feel easier. No, Leanne, no. Put me back on gallery view, please. Leanne, thank you. Thank you for being honest. Where are you? Leanne, unmute yourself, please. And Leanne, you said something out loud by typing it in that somebody else is thinking. So thank you for being honest, and thank you for your courage. No. Gratitude is there anyway, and gratitude is going to be a sprout of love. Love will cast out that fear. Not gratitude. Love will cast out that fear. And if gratitude will make it easier, well, nothing good comes of easy, people. Nothing good comes of easy. Leanne, stay where you are for a minute, and thank you for being a good example, because I'm going to come back to you. Just stay there for a minute. Nothing good comes of easy. If you're not prepared to pay for a valuable lifelong change, with your body and your beauty and your sexuality and your femininity, Jenny's in the waiting room, then you will not achieve it. If you're not prepared to pay time and money and hard work, you will not achieve it. I know this. I spend a lot of money, time, and hard work in getting the results that I want. And easy ain't the way. So Leanne, tell me again, I love my body.
I love my body.
Say it again.
I love my body.
One more time.
I love my body.
Okay. And it will get easier, Leanne. It will get easier. I promise you. This is the path I've been on for years. It will get easier. If you commit to it, you will crush it. And gratitude is just one of many fruits that's going to flow from the love that you give your body. It will flow like a river. You will find all kinds of other things. So is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Are you doing the 28 days?
I just came on board this morning to see what it's all about.
Okay, great. All right. So you're going to stay with me. I'm going to tell you soon what it's all about and what you need to do. But if you're serious, thank you, Leanne. You can mute yourself. Thanks so much for your honesty once again. I appreciate that. So to get off that, right, we said you change your mind every day. In fact, we can be downright fickle. You are able to change your mind, are you not? You are. So then you can change your mind about being overweight or about, because comparison is the only thing that makes you put that label on yourself, right? Comparison will make you look at somebody else and it could be anybody. So Carla, I want you to jump in here for a minute. I always put Carla on the spot. She's used to it. Oh my gosh, it's hot in here, but I love it. So this is the beautiful Carla, okay?
Hey everyone.
Okay, yeah, thanks. We've got people jumping in every now and again. I am going to tell you, I want you to stand up for a minute, okay? Carla I've trained her. She's been with me for 3 years, and she's also my niece, okay? So we get very close and personal. This body, okay? This body is beautiful. So is that booty. Sit down, please. So she's got a stunning, stunning form. She really does. But have you ever had negative body images or issues?
Definitely.
Okay, just share a short story or what that looks like.
So I always thought that I was the fat one in the crowd with my friends. I always thought that I didn't like my nose, my hair. I wasn't blonde enough, perfect enough. So I also have those issues. Still do sometimes.
So if a 26-year-old,
yeah,
26. I don't know why I don't get that right. If a 26-year-old, beautiful blonde with a gorgeous body that rocks her bikini on the beach also has issues, don't compare yourself to her. It's comparison is the foundation to your poor body image, right? Comparison is the foundation to your poor body image. Some of you are going to catch this, and those of you who are going to commit to it are going to fly. So if a 26-year-old blonde bombshell also has issues, and she has been working alongside me for a while to stop comparing herself to others, have you found more freedom then? Have you found more?
Definitely.
Yeah?
Definitely.
How?
So since I started working with Linda, she challenged me from the beginning to say I love my body in the mirror each day. And since I've been doing that, I literally could feel the weight going off my shoulders, the release, the freedom that I enter in saying that. So
Was it easy?
it wasn't. I cried the first time I did it. I really cried.
Let yourself cry like Carla did, like I did. Like, let yourself cry. Let yourself get angry. I had like the devil and the angels over here when I said I love my body. And I had the devil saying, oh, okay, Linda. Yeah, you know it's not true. And speaking all this cuck in my ear. Cuck is Afrikaans for shit. And then we had the angels over here saying, Linda, you got this. You know that this is true. You know that this is love. For like, I'm telling you, for at least the first year and a half, 18 months, bam, 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 bam. I was like a crazy person having conversations. But so Carla is wearing the t-shirt, okay? And it hasn't been easy for her, but she has results. She is a freer woman today than she was when I met her. She's far more relaxed. She enjoys color. She used to wear black only. Black because why? Because black is slimming. And she also was surrounded by some not very nice people who really put her under a lot of pressure, and I'm including men who put her under pressure to be better, be skinnier. Like, are you sure you want to wear that? All those kind of little things. Don't you hang out with people like that. I used to be married to someone like that. And I didn't pick up what was going on until many years later which is that just exacerbated the problem I had already. I'm like, I don't need your help to make me feel worse about myself. I do a good job all on my own, but he helped me anyway. So don't compare yourself to the blonde beauties out there, okay? They also have issues. They're real. It's fake. Okay, thanks, Cuddler.
Thanks, guys.
And by the way, that is who's behind. If you coach with me and if you're in Dress to Connect, that who's behind all the admin and all the links and all the posting, and she works hard. And if you want to just give her a thank you, like Jane Casey, like you did the other day, if we'll just go back to speaker, thank you. I think Jane is on here. Thank you for thanking Carla. It's Carla, okay? Carla is her name, but if you want to say it the right way, it's Carla. You got to do that. She's Afrikaans, which is Dutch, okay? So no more comparing, okay? No more comparison. What a life that would be. How free would we be? All right, so let's move on. So I love my body is going to be your new mindset. It is today. How is it today? Because it's Tuesday, and you get to choose every day what your mindset is going to be. I love my body. I love my body. I love my body. The results that flowed from that from 4 years ago when I started doing that, powerful. With my husband in the bedroom, with myself as a mom on the playground, homeschooling, everything, powerful. Just thinking, wow, I just decided to take this thing off and chuck it. It's not my burden to carry. I'm not going to carry it anymore. It's just I'm done with it. It's just, ugh, I don't want to carry that crap anymore. I'm done with it. And I actually designed a t-shirt. And I did my best to design a t-shirt that's not an ugly t-shirt. One of those round neck things up here with long sleeves that make us look cuck. So there are different colors, okay? You're going to get the t-shirt if you're in on this movement, this campaign, this call to action. There's red, there's white, and there's like a nice marble charcoal gray, depending on stock, I guess. Ships out of Atlanta. So this is your mindset. I love my body. And like I said to you, I can teach you fashion all day long. But if you don't get this right, you will never come right with tactics. Those are just tactics. Those are just little things. Okay, being uncomfortable was my next point. If you're not prepared to get uncomfortable, you may as well just hop on right off this webinar right now because it's not for you. It's not for you. Okay, so I'll tell you about the t-shirt in a minute. That's great. Thanks for posting that link, Cuddler. But we're going to get the t-shirt. So the uncomfortable is a good place to go, because your comfort zone is your dead zone. You are dying a slow, ugly death, a sad death if you are on the fence about things, if you're in the middle, if you're one of those people who hears something that's not good and you just leave it, you're for that. You got to stand for something. And when you stand for something, by the way, when you wear, something like this, you would think maybe other women would go like, wow. In the beginning, I thought, I'm going to wear this. And I've worn it all over the world and at conferences and at traveling and airports and everywhere. And I thought women are going to go, geez, she thinks she's all that. They don't, because women know what you're going through. Women know you're taking a stand for something. Women know that. We inherently know what's going on. And so it's a fantastic conversation starter, but you need to get uncomfortable. And it's my job to make you uncomfortable in this call to action, because without that, you're going to stay the same. And I've got two amazing friends who came out of the other side of AA years ago, and they shared in AA, they say, when the pain of staying the same exceeds the pain of change, you will change. I'm going to say that again. When the pain of staying the same exceeds the pain of change, you will change. So what level is your pain factor? I guess you have to ask yourself, what's your pain factor level? Maybe you're not done hating your body. Maybe you're not done being uncomfortable and rearranging and fiddling and sitting and hating photos and standing in a way. Maybe you're not done. You'll get done one day, and you shouldn't wait for it. You should just go for it. Okay, so, and being uncomfortable, by the way, is a good thing, because we're not designed to sit and be stagnant and stationary. We're designed to move, and even good change can be uncomfortable. Any change can be uncomfortable. There's First Steps to Success coming up this weekend, okay? We are attending our 53rd conference with my coach and mentor, Danny Johnson. Some of you over here are joining me on that, and you've booked already. And I think we've got 27 people in our group, just a few of us coming together saying, like, we're going to do this thing. Like, we want more out of life. And it requires that we start our conference on Friday at 2 a.m. in the morning. That's just a no-brainer. The value I get out of coaching with my coach, I get up at 12:30 at midnight. I shower, wash, dress. I do not do it in my PJs. I'm not even going to go there, because what you wear is going to position you for what you receive. Some of you will have caught that. And if you're wearing something that says sleep time, well, you're not going to receive 90% of what she's throwing at you. So we get up and we start conference at 2 a.m. in the morning. I organized the whole weekend and my kids, Carla is doing it with us. She's going to be here with us the whole weekend. We've got fresh and healthy food and we've got water, and we used to do it on coffee and a glass of wine at the end of the conference, but that was another time. At the end of it, sometimes, often actually at the end of every conference, we would eat well and eat clean, everything, just to stay focused and have energy. And at the end of it, pizza and red wine. That's just our tradition. But we're off the red wine for a little while, not forever, but for me, probably 75 days minimum, maybe 100 days. So bubbles will come after 75 days. So you need to get uncomfortable. Okay, so the next point is, and we're almost done, and then I'm going to give you the things that you need to do. I'm reading this book. Carla, is my Mandela book there? So one of the things on 75 Hard is you have to read 10 pages of nonfiction a day. And I've been wanting to read this book for ages, but I just haven't made it a priority. The late, great Mandela, one of the best leaders on the planet ever in the history of human life. And I had the privilege of meeting him and being on his communications and his PR team. You need to get this book, Conversations with Myself. If you want to understand more about him, maybe you're not interested, or find a leader that you're interested in, but he says something here. He talks a lot about how his culture, which by the way is Xhosa, it's Xhosa, Xhosa is one of the languages here. And they're very much it's a tribal, cultural, very community-driven culture. And a lot of communities are like that. I think the Italians are like that. The Spanish can be like that. It depends on how westernized they've become over the generations. The Jews are very community driven. Whereas he said things changed when I got into university and he became a lawyer and a few other things. And he is world famous for being a powerful freedom fighter. He sacrificed his life, gave his whole life for fighting apartheid in South Africa. And he said that he learned individualism when he got into the Western culture, which he said was so sad, because he says, we can't do anything alone. We have to band together. That's why community and accountability with community is so powerful, which is why coaching is so powerful, which is why I am forever studying with somebody, because there's community and you see results, and you hit an obstacle and then you go, oh man, and then you talk to someone and they sort of know, I've done that already. Here's how I got past it. And so you band together. But he says, so he talks about individual and community. And a lot of you that I've spoken with and that I'm coaching with, or that I have just interacted with in our group, a lot of you want to influence people, right? And you want to influence the world. And it's a good thing. I think it's actually in our DNA. But you will never influence the world or the people around you to the extent that you can, unless you love your body. It's just not going to happen, because you're either presenting yourself as well-dressed and you're faking it till you make it, or you're doing something else. It starts with the individual. You have to love yourself well and fully. I'm not talking about perfectly. I'm just saying, switch your mind to, I love my body and I love myself. And it's not, and you don't want to become, this whole self-care thing can be like self-care and my time and me time. And like, no, self-care is just, I teach my kids, self is SELF, smile, encourage, listen, forgive quickly. Smile, encourage, listen, forgive quickly. You're welcome to borrow that, because those are all good things that make us feel good about ourselves. And those are all giving things. Anyway, Mandela, and I wrote down here, you have to start with you. But here's what he wrote down. If you start with you, love yourself well, heal yourself without trying to go out and heal the world. There's a woman that I'm working with here that she really has grasped that. And she just said, you know what, I want you to go to my clients and bring them this coaching program, but actually I'm going to do it for myself. This year, I'm doing it for me because I need it. I really respect that. That's very, very wise. Listen to what he says in one of his letters to someone. He says, the chains of the body are often wings to the spirit. Okay, so this is in a context of all kinds of other things that he wrote from jail. The chains of the body are often wings to the spirit. And then he talks about Shakespeare and so on. In the context of what we're talking about, he was talking about the chains of the body, apartheid, the evil regime that has been white supremacy, right? And all of that. And that was the context. But I thought about that in the chains of the body. We have chained our own body. We have bound and chained ourselves with comparison and with the pressure that we've allowed. Nobody has put this on you. Nobody can make you feel a certain way. I learned that from our coach and mentor. No one can make you feel. You've allowed the self-imposed chains of comparison and beauty and too this and too small and too fat to come upon you. But that very thing that you've chained yourself with, this is powerful. Like this struck me this morning when I was preparing for this. I'm like, so yeah, we're chained and bound, okay? Like looks like I'm hugging myself, but I'm chained and bound, okay? I did that to myself. I compared. I allowed those words that were spoken over me to hold onto me, to seep into the deep roots of my heart, which means I can allow them out. And so we can do that. The very thing you want with loving your body and getting out there and living a beautiful life can be the wings to your spirit. If you just unchain yourself and say, I love my body and I'm going to wear the t-shirt. I just decided I'm going to do it. It's going to give breath and life to that which you want to do, to your business, to your marriage. It's going to just let it breathe for the first time. When Paul was in jail in the scriptures, he didn't let it close his mind. He didn't start thinking, I'm going to die in here. I'm never going to see anyone. I'm going to go white because I don't see sunshine. And that's not how I'm supposed to look. And he didn't. He didn't let his environment, his body, his anything close his mind, right? So a lot of that is true for us as we have to say, I'm going to take this off and I'm going to free my mind and see what happens. So that's where influence will come, by the way. Your influence, your income, everything can explode from there. So you're going to change your mind and you're going to say, I love my body. And what have I written down here? There's one or two other things, but I think we're done. Here's how we're going to do it. Okay. Are you ready? Have you got pen and paper? The 28 days, can we put the gallery view on, please? Thanks, Carla. Self was Melanie, SELF, smile, encourage, listen, forgive quickly. That's true in marriage, in parenting, in business, in everything. And there is, the key to I asked this question of a lot of people the other day, and I said, how do you measure success? How do you measure specifically your success? And there were some great examples of how people track their goals and track their finances, and they track maybe they're losing weight and they're tracking their, milestones. And there was only one person who said, this might sound a little bit simple, but I measure my success by how much value I'm bringing to those around me. That's the key. That's what I was looking for, is we need to measure our success by how much value we're bringing to the world, by how much we're contributing. So by how much, because generosity is the key to success. Generosity and giving. If we're created in his image, he's a giver, he's a creator, he's a lover, he's an abundant creator of things, right? With love at the core of it. So we're designed to be that way. But when we look at our bodies and we criticize our bodies and we won't wear a swimsuit because of how we think we look, we shut off that connection with God. It's not possible to be in an abundant relationship with him when you are in the opposite with yourself. You cannot criticize and condemn yourself anymore. It's Tuesday, you're going to choose. So here's what you're going to do. If you don't have the t-shirt, Carla is going to drop the link in there again in the chat box. That is where you go get the t-shirt. You can get one in white, you can get one in red, and there's also one in a kind of charcoal gray, depending on stock. Okay, and the sizes do run a little bit small. What size are we wearing? Do you know what the size this is? This is there's an XL that Carla was wearing, but it's very big on her. So she had it tied up here in a little knot and everything. Won't you have a look and see what size this is so I can help you? They do run small, okay? That's what I'm going to say.
Medium.
Okay, so this is a medium. By the way, remember, I've got 34F boobs, okay? It may not look like it. I know how to work with my boobs and I've got good bras. But listen, understand something. My boobs run all the way, okay? All the way. This is after a breast reduction. All the way around. I am blessed in the chest, okay? Even after a reduction. So you need to know that this is a medium. If you're petite, then probably a small will be fine on you, or an extra small. But I think they run up to double XL. But even if it's a double XL, and I could not find triple XL, which I really wanted to, because I wanted to make it a nice cut, a modern finish, and a good fabric. And there's 3 different kinds of fabrics. So it doesn't matter if it's a bit tight on you, wear it anyway. Here come the instructions for the 28 days, which starts on the 1st of February. Number 1, you need to get the t-shirt. Carla has dropped the link there, or you can just go to lindapage.com and you can click on the shop tab and it will take you to the various places. But the link that Carla has dropped is exactly where you can go. It should take no more than a few days to get to you. That's if you're local and they ship out of America. That's where our distributor is. If you're outside of that, it might take longer. Don't worry. You have 20 days to receive it. It should not take longer than that, because you have to wear your t-shirt for 8 of the 28 days in February. You want to write that down. For 8 of the 28 days, you're going to wear the t-shirt. You can do it 8 days in a row if you like. You can hand wash your t-shirt. By the way, I recommend hand washing your t-shirt, although you can put it into the wash. I don't follow the labels on my clothing that say you can hand wash, or you can put it in the machine. If there's something that I really value and like and it's special to me, I hand wash it. So, and then I have it to dry. Do not put it in the tumble dryer. Okay, there's a clear note on there. Do not put it into the tumble dryer. So 8 days of 28, you're going to wear the t-shirt. And 4 of them must be in public, okay? So you can hang out at home and wear the t-shirt, and maybe that's easy, but we're not about easy. 4 of the 8 must be in public. That's a busy grocery store, that's at the office, that's like whatever it is, or you've got a big Zoom call coming on. You're not going to wear the t-shirt and then have the Zoom call stop there, okay? You're taking a stand for something. You're going to forget about what people think, okay? Because that's what got you stuck in the first place, on that hamster wheel of fear. Remind yourself, wearing this t-shirt is the righteous are as bold as a lion. You want to be in right standing with him? Be bold and be righteous about that is what you want to do. You're stepping out of fear. You're saying, I'm going to put faith behind my body, and I'm going to put action behind my faith. This is what it means. My own coach and mentor, Danny Johnson, who was amazing some years ago, I sent her a t-shirt in white, because I mean, she's just, if you know her, she's a drop dead gorgeous woman. She's got a stunning body, and she did an amazing video the one time, and she was moving house, and she had broken her ankle popping a wheelie on a motorbike, as you do, and she had gained a little bit of weight, which from my standards, I'm like, the woman, if you don't see her face from the behind, she looks like a 16-year-old. She's got a beautiful body. And then even when she turns around, I mean, she has a beautiful face, but you can see she's not 16 is what I'm saying. And even she struggled to put that t-shirt on that day. She has a stunning, beautiful form. So don't think that only you are going to struggle with it. The Carlas, the Danny Johnsons of the world have struggled to put it on, but she put it on anyway. She said, what am I? I'm not going to wear this t-shirt unless I'm perfect in my weight. She said, that's not who I am. That's not who I want to be. That is not okay. And she put the t-shirt on and she did a video on it. And so what humility from a world-renowned leader, right? From a multi-millionaire who was honest enough to say, I also struggle with it sometimes. So forget the comparison, because you're comparing to her and she's comparing to you, and it's just a mess. It's a fake game. It's a fake game and nobody wants to play it anymore. So just get out of the game. So number one, what you're going to do every day for 28 days. Where are my notes? For number one, all right, you're going to get up, dress up, and you're going to add a dash of bold, whatever that looks like to you. So you're going to get up, dress up, and add a dash of bold. That could mean you're going to put on a cute little jacket with some jeans and boots. And it could mean a dash of bold red lipstick, or a dash of green, bold, chunky scarf. Or you might be wearing red boots. I don't know. But you're going to be getting up, dressing up. So that's 6 days out of 7. If you are someone who does a rest day, like I do, I don't expect you to do it on your rest day. But if you really want to focus and follow through on this, you're going to do something special for yourself on your rest day, because it's not work, it's a commitment. And you might even just decide, well, I'm just going to put some beautiful moisturizer on today. And that's what I did. And that's how I took care of myself. But 6 days out of 7, you're going to be posting in Dress to Connect, get up, dress up, and a dash of bold. You're going to post a picture, obviously. Okay. The second thing you have to do every day is you are going to speak life over your body and your beauty every single day. So you might say, I love my body. You might say, oh, hello, we have this little surprise guest, little visitor. Come in here. We have This is Paige. Come here, Maguli. This is Paige of Linda Page. This is the future CEO of this business. Maguli, you want to say hi? You just came back from horse riding.
Yes.
Yeah. And she has the t-shirt, okay? What a wonderful inspiration, moms and grandmothers.
And I canted.
And she canted. High five that. You're awesome. Mwah. So proud of you.
Thanks.
And this is her. This used to be my choker. She claimed it. It looks great on her. But do you want to say anything before you pop out, or you want to just hang around?
I'll hang around.
You hang around. Okay.
Yeah.
This is my miracle girl. This is the baby that I prayed long time for. So Paige is the future CEO, and I'm excited to see to hand over reins one day, because we need to look beyond ourselves. And the next time that you find it hard to say, I love my body, or to build yourself up, think about your kids. Think about your grandkids. It's not about you anymore. It's not about me anymore. We want to lead with love, right? We want to lead with, what does a mom and a grandmom look like? Well, she's smiling. She's not perfect. We all have our bad days. Come on. It's not about perfection. But oh my gosh, she dresses up. Oh my gosh, she makes an effort. I love what she's wearing. And kids, young and teen and adolescent, they're drawn to color. It's in our DNA. Or what's your favorite color?
Turquoise,
Turquoise and
green,
blue and
hot pink,
4. Turquoise, green, hot blue, and hot pink.
and teal.
And teal. Okay, this girl is very specific. I love it. So you can teach your kids creativity and confidence through fashion. You can teach your kids to love their bodies and what? And go out and compliment other kids and raise up a whole new generation to compliment one another. This child has had grown women in tears in supermarkets because I've raised her to go and compliment women. And when she doesn't just do it, she genuinely says, Mom, I think that woman is so beautiful. In the beginning, she was a little bit shy, okay? I said, you need to go tell her. And then she does, and she's like, I just want to tell you, I think you're so beautiful, and I love your dress. And grown women have been in tears. There's just not enough of this, right? This is on us. If you're hearing this call is for you. This is not a mistake that you're here. This is for you. And it's for them and the next generation. We're raising up kind, confident women, you and I. And if you're a grandmother or great-grandmother, or if you don't have any family, don't think that you don't have influence. You have massive influence. Be the one to go out there and do that. All right, so that's the second thing you're going to be doing, is speaking life over your body. And the more you do it, the better. And number 3, all I want you to do is, you don't have to change anything in the way that you, as far as your body is concerned. This is not a weight loss program. This is not eat this, don't do that, anything. But I do believe in moving. I do believe in so 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes a day, you're not going to exercise, you're not going to pick up weights, you're just going to take a walk somewhere. You're just going to take a walk. It could be to the garden, it could be by yourself down the road, it could be to I don't know if you've got a shop down your road, whatever it is. I just want you to take a walk. If you want to do 15 minutes, that's great. But just 5 minutes where it's just you. And you're going to be thinking and praying and talking about this thing, I love my body. You're going to be affirming and confirming the change of your mind that has taken place. Okay, so I'm going to go over it again. You're going to order the t-shirt if you haven't already, and you're going to be wearing that 8 days of the 28. I'm not going to make you wear it for 28 days, but don't forget to post on the days that you wear it. Every post you make, you're going to tag Carla Talliard. You know who she is, you've got her name. If you don't tag her, she may not see your post, and you fall out of the running to be in line to win some amazing things. So order the t-shirt, you're going to wear it for 8 days of 28, and you're going to post 8 days of 28. Okay, so you'll be posting 8 separate pictures on top of 28 days of, number 1, get up, dress up, and add a dash of bold. Number 2, I spoke this over my body today. I said I love my body, and I thanked my body for bearing me 4 children. I thanked my body for helping me run whatever. And I also told my body that she has an awesome butt. That's what I told my body, right? Because I think because I think my butt is great. And I just told my body that actually, I didn't notice it before, but you got really cute feet. Whatever it is, pretend this body that you're speaking of for the next 28 days is, pick someone in your life that you really love. What would you say to a stranger who you knew, this is important, who you knew was tough on herself? What would you say to me if you knew, and this is true from years ago, that I couldn't look and see anything beautiful in the mirror? What would you say to me? How would you speak life over me? You would have unending words, right? I know that's the gratitude that you were talking about, Leanne, but it must begin with I love my body. So it's a great idea, Leanne, and you can add these things to it, but not in place of I love my body. You need to say good stuff, Leanne. You need to say I love my body. I did, like I'm telling you, over 1,000 times a day. I had to say it so often just to fight off the fear, just to fight off everything else that was coming into my mind. Then what flows from that is gratitude. So speaking life of your body is, I said I love my body and I said XYZ. All right. And the third thing is you're going to just take a walk by yourself, 5 minutes or more, just to contemplate and meditate and prayerfully affirm this change of mind that you've made, this new mindset that you're on, this faith-based mindset that you're taking action to, that you're off the hamster wheel and that you're on this track with God and that you're staying. And if you need to repent for being critical of your body, you go and do that. I had to do that a lot. And I'm just like, it happened, repent. It happened, just take action. Action, and then slowly but surely becomes habit, becomes a way of thinking, becomes a lifestyle, and then it's done. You're going to catch yourself having thoughts. You're going to catch yourself having doubts. It's okay. Those are normal, but you're not going to act in that. You're going to act in faith. You're going to, and whenever something comes, you're going to just shove it out with love, because perfect love casts out all fear. You want it to cast out fear. Okay. So those are the three things you want to do. And that's, we're going to wrap up here, folks. Order your t-shirt. And if it comes in 2 weeks' time, you've still got plenty of time. We start on the 1st, we finish on the 28th of February. And on the 1st of March, you'll see under the events tab in Dress to Connect, there is a party event happening, okay? We're going to be celebrating your successes and awarding some people who crossed the finish line and did everything. So you want to make sure you tag Carla in every single post. It is 28 days, but I'm not expecting you to do it on your rest day. If you don't take a rest day, then do it every 28 days. But we have a rest day on a Saturday. I don't expect you to break your rest day. If it's a matter of faith, I respect that. But you're going to be doing 6 days, break. 6 days, break. So you're going to be doing 24 days ultimately. That's only if you are very committed to a rest day, because not everyone is. In fact, a lot of people are not. So I'm going to open up for questions before we wrap up. And Carla, you just typed in there what the 3 things are, and that's great. So 8 days out of 28, you're going to wear your t-shirt. Number 1, dress up, get up, add a dash of bold. Number 2, I spoke this over myself today. Number 3, this is where I walked to, and you're going to post that every day, tag Carla. Any questions? Type it in the chat box or just unmute yourself and go for it if you have any questions. Gosh. It's hot.
I'm hotter than you. I went horse riding.
Oh, you did. So you must be much hotter than me. Do you have any encouragement that you would like to give the ladies here for I love my body and wearing their t-shirt or anything?
Sure.
Go for it. Nice and loud over here. Okay. She's going to give it a little bit of thought. But folks, Andrea, yeah, if you're a little bit late, you can still catch the recording. Carla, so for those of you, oh, listen, okay, I'm going to put this out there. If you and I, and there's a whole lot of you that I'm working with right now in our coaching program, I love seeing your beautiful faces. If you're serious about this and you're done and you're ready for change, then I don't usually work more than 4 days in a week, Monday to Thursday, but I have 2 spaces for a strategy call today. So I work in the afternoons and evenings because most of my clients are in the US and some in Europe. And if you want to book a strategy call with me and you want to get going and find out about the coaching program, I have 2 slots. Okay. And other than that, it's over to next week. And I take calls Monday to Thursday. That's what I do all day long, is I'm on the phone talking to amazing women who are done with the status quo, done with fear, and decided I'm actually in on this thing. So you want to just connect with Carla if you need to get some time in my schedule, and she will do that for you. Beautiful Kendra is one of my newest clients, and I love that blue that you're wearing, Kendra. It's just, you need to know this. You need to know people don't see you the way you see you. People just see a beautiful smile. People see a pretty face. People see your heart. People see that you're a good woman. People see that you're doing your best. You need to see yourself that way. That's what this coaching program is about. That's what this revolution is about, this campaign, this call to action, is let me hold a mirror up for you and show you actually what you look like. Because I do believe that God has gifted me with to be able to see you the way he sees you, the way that others see you. That is such a privilege to me. And if I can show you that, like Karen from Florida, Karen Grace, the way that you've been getting dressed up and posting pictures, and it's amazing. It's beautiful. It's beautiful what you're doing. You've been so consistent with that. I'm just blown away by you. And Alma, you're like one of the newest here. You're like on it. You're on it, dressed up. You're ready. You're prepared. You're focused. It doesn't mean perfect. And Dessa, I see the amazing effort that everyone makes here. It's just like Shirley, you're here often as well. Sue, I haven't seen you here yet. Mary, Jane Hastings, how you doing, friend? Melinda, everybody. So post pictures of number 3. Where's it gone? Besides the 8 days with the t-shirt. Yes. Okay, go for it. Speak here, doll. Go for it.
People don't care what you wear. They care about your heart.
Okay. Nicely done. That's right. This is coming from, yes, a girl who loves fashion and loves to get dressed up, has her own very specific style. Absolutely right. I'm proud of you, my girlie. I'm very proud of you for speaking up and encouraging them. Beauty, it starts with the heart, yes. And it's great that it shows up on the outside as well, because we're one on the inside and the outside. So yes, Melanie, you're going to post 8 different pictures. And let's keep it simple. Yeah. Post 8 different pictures of you wearing your t-shirt, and you're going to be posting the 3-point on the other 28 days or the other 24 days, right? So on the days that I wear my t-shirt, I'm going to be posting that picture 8 times. I might the same day, on the day that I wear my t-shirt, I'm going to be doing every single day as well, my daily post. Your daily post of, this is what I wore, this is what I spoke about my body, and this is where I walked to. And if you've got stories or results, share them. It's like, oh my gosh, guys, this is what happened when I wore my t-shirt, or a dash of bold. Usually I see it as red lipstick. Yeah, it could be anything. It could be green suede shoes. It could be, it could be a hot pink bra that you're going to wear on a date night with your husband. And maybe you don't want everyone to see it, obviously. But you can just say, listen, and I just want to do that. And I want to show you, I am wearing something bold, and I'm being really courageous, and I'm wearing this for my husband tonight. That is a dash of bold. So that's absolutely perfect. All right. 8 different pictures over and above the dailies. Tag Carla. Don't forget to tag Carla if you want to be in the running to win something amazing. Folks, any other questions? You're welcome to unmute yourself. Otherwise, we're done. Whew. Yeah, that's great. All right.
Must be tiring talking.
Must be tiring talking. Well, I seem to do a lot of it.
Yeah.
It does take energy, my girlie. You're right. All right. So we're saying sayonara and
But especially horse riding.
especially after horse riding. Yes. So thank you, folks. Thank you, Mano, for joining us. So good to see your pretty faces. You can unmute yourselves and say goodbye to Paige if you want to.